Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. As you all know, Queen Elizabeth of England, Queen Elizabeth II of England just died recently. She died on September 8th, and she happened to be the longest serving monarch in the history of Britain. She served for 70 years, 7 months, and 2 days. Come on, that's quite long. And she died at the age of 96, which is a big blessing. You know, dying at that age is a very big deal. I mean, nowadays, if you live up to the age of 65, 69, you should really be so happy and thankful to God. If you live up to 70, it's a big deal, biggest deal ever. So, and according to the news, she didn't die as a result of illness, as a result of any kind of ailment. She died as a result of natural cause. All right, but before she had a COVID, and maybe that COVID somehow weakened her immune system somehow. But according to the news, she didn't die of any ailment. She died of a natural cause. This is not really what I want to talk about now. What I really want to talk about is how people are reacting towards her death. Different people have different reaction towards her death. But normally when someone dies, people just show grief, people just show sadness, people just send their condolences to the family of the deceased or the family of the person who died. All right. But in Queen Elizabeth's case, some people have stuck to Twitter to show that they're actually happy on the demise of the Queen, and which is what I really want to, I just want to air my own opinion on this matter. These people doing this, they're doing it over reasons best known to them. But for me, and we are coming from, if someone die, I'm going to talk about my place particularly. It doesn't mean if I'm from Africa, everyone from Africa will be doing the same thing. Of course, people have different perspective on things. People think differently. The way I think is not the way you think. The way you think is not the way other people think. All right. But when someone die, what we normally do is to mourn the person. We even sew clothes and share to each and every member of the family, relatives, and all that to mourn the person's death, to show that we are really mourning this person. We're grieving over this person's death. Because no matter how bad a person is, or no matter how good a person is, when the person dies, you don't talk about anything else. You just mourn the person's death, because when you're mourning someone's death, you're preparing yourself for that same journey. Because at the end of the day, we are all going to die. None of us is going to live here forever. No matter how good you are, no matter how bad you happen to be, one day is meant for you. And that day, you cease to breathe anymore. And that day, you cease to live in the surface of this earth. And all the people that used to love you, all your friends, all your well-wishers, your family members, they are never going to see you again. That is why I believe it's not good to say something nasty about the dead. It's not good to condemn someone who is already dead. It's not good to keep judging someone who is already dead. They're already dead, and their judgment awaits them in heaven. That's the point. So this lady, I'm going to read it for you guys, what she said. Okay, before Queen Elizabeth's death, actually, this lady happened to be a professor in one of the universities in the United States. And she happened to be from Nigeria. She's an African lady, but she's a professor in one of the universities in the United States. And her name is Uju Anya. So she happened to, I don't know, she have this thing, this hatred for the Queen, for the reason best known to her. According to her, she said most member of her family has been disposed during the time of, when Queen Elizabeth recently ascended the throne and became the Queen. What happened during those colonial era time. Her family was disposed, and a lot of things happened to her family member. I mean, she was really not having it. So before Queen Elizabeth's death, she went on Twitter and posted something. She said she wished her an excruciating death. She wished her pains, extreme pain, intense one, before she died. She literally wished her death before her actual death. And I don't need to talk too much. I just want to read for you guys so you guys can, follow me and understand better what I'm actually saying. All right. So this is the news here. It says the Carnegie Mellon University, USA, has expressed reservations over the tweets by Uju Anya, a lecturer in his institution, over her remarks regarding Queen Elizabeth II of England. Queen Elizabeth II died on Thursday. She was aged 96 and was the longest serving British monarch at the time of her death. Earlier on Thursday, Anya, an associate professor of second language acquisition at Carnegie Mellon University, in a series of tweets criticized the late monarch. Before the monarch died, Anya has wished her excruciating pain. Excruciating pain. So before the queen died, Uju Anya made a tweet, and I guess that tweet was deleted because when you check on Twitter, you will not see her first tweet anymore. So she made a tweet wishing the queen excruciating death, a very painful one. You need to undergo severe pain, extreme torture before you actually die. It's just like saying, I want you to experience the pain my people experienced back then during the colonial era, because you are actually the one who sent your troops to Africa to kill a lot of innocent people, to starve our kids. A lot of atrocities has been committed during those time. All right. So Uju Anya was not having it, and she made that tweet, but that tweet was deleted by Twitter. And Jeff Bezos, who is the second richest man on earth, was not having it as well. So he replied Uju Anya's tweet. This kind of tweet that got Jeff Bezos' attention, he actually replied to Uju Anya's tweet, and Uju Anya as well fired back. I'm going to read for you guys. This is not even funny. It's not funny, okay? Forget the fact that, it's not funny. Forgive me, guys, it's not funny. All right? So Jeff Bezos tweeted here. Jeff Bezos said, "This is someone supposedly working to make the world better. I don't think so. Wow." So she's saying, he's basically saying, Uju Anya is supposed to be the person working to make the world better. I mean, what you're doing now doesn't necessarily make any sense. You should be working towards making this world a better place to live, not criticizing someone who is already dead. That was Jeff Bezos' tweet. He said, wow. After the whole tweet, he said, wow. And Uju Anya again wasn't having it. He went back and replied Jeff Bezos' tweet. She went back and replied Jeff Bezos' tweet. Look at what she says here. Okay, this is in African language. She said, Otorobabwogi. Otorobabwogi is like, I'm wishing you, may you be inflicted by plague. That is it. That is the general explanation of this. Otorobabwogi, may you be inflicted by plague. And she went ahead to say, may everyone you and your merciless greed have harmed in this world remember you as fondly as I remember my colonizers. So she was basically referring to Bezos. May everyone whom you and your merciless greed have harmed in this world remember you as I fondly remember my colonizers. And who was her colonizers? She was talking about the Queen. All right, Britain. Many countries in Africa was actually colonized by Britain. So that's the saga going on Twitter between Uju Anya and Jeff Bezos and the rest of the world. Some people actually sided her, and some people we are not on her side, just telling her, oh, let it go. This person's already dead. But then again, the tweet she made, another tweet she made when Twitter deleted her first tweet, the time she wished Queen Elizabeth dead, she made a second tweet, and in that tweet she was saying, if anyone expects me this time around, okay, she made the first tweet. She wished the Queen dead before the Queen's death. All right. When the Queen actually died, she made another tweet. The first tweet she made, Twitter deleted it because according to Twitter, the tweet was against their guidelines on Twitter. So she made a second tweet when the Queen died. She said, if anyone expects me to express anything but disdain for the monarch who supervised a government that sponsored the genocides that massacred and displayed half my family, and the consequences of which those alive today are still trying to overcome. You can keep wishing upon a star. What she's basically trying to say is that I'm not going to feel sorry. I'm not going to send my condolences to the Queen on her demise. You're trying to, if you're expecting me to apologize for what I said, if you're expecting me to send my condolences to the Queen and to say, oh, okay, I'm grieving over the Queen's death, I'm mourning over the Queen's death, you can keep wishing. I mean, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. I'm not even sorry for anything, because these same people, this same woman you're talking about, she was among the people who colonized us. In fact, she inflicted so many pains on us, and up till today, we are still living with that pain. So she's not even sorry. What I'm trying to say in this is that sometimes people hurt us so much that, you know, we feel like we can't live our daily life without having a flashback of what these people actually did to us. But in this case, the so-called person is already dead. The dead can't understand you. The dead can't hear you. The dead don't talk. The dead can't see you. The dead basically don't know anything that moment that is happening in their environment. This person is already dead. When you want to address such concerns, you can do that when the person is not alive. For me, not when the person is not alive anymore. The person is no longer in the surface of this earth. The person can't understand anything going on anymore. You know, so saying all these things now, it's like pouring water on the stone and creating enmity where there should be no enmity after all. You know, that's basically what it is. And not just this woman again. Another woman has took to Twitter. Oh, not Twitter actually. I saw this on Twitter actually, but she made a video. This woman in question, she's a white woman. She's not a black person that you can say, okay, she was one of the people affected. We are affected. The countries that we are colonized by Britain, we are affected in one way or the other because we lost so many of our family members. But that's a thing of the past. I'm not saying it shouldn't be talked about in recent time. It's it was very, very tragic then. All right. So, but let the dead be. That's my own opinion. Let the dead be. The dead do wrong to us. They did a lot of wrong things to us. They committed a lot of atrocities in Africa. But let it be. You know, let the dead be. Okay. So this woman, this white woman, took to. I mean, they posted this on Twitter, and it was a white woman, and I want you guys to, you know, watch with me what this woman have to say. All right, before we talk about it, you guys should watch.
It's fallen! Woohoo! Fantastic! Would you do that again?
Will it work?
And I'll just record it.
Oh.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
London, London's dead! Whee! London Bridge has fallen! Next step, ladies and gents. Next step.
Thank you!
As you guys can see, this lady is not even an African. She's a white lady, and she made a video. She was celebrating the Queen's death. She keeps saying London Bridge has fallen down. Like, she was very happy about the Queen's demise. All right, and you can hear someone on the background telling her, "You say that again, and I will record you." And the person actually recorded her. I think the person was the one who recorded, and that was how the video find its way on Twitter. And she was really happy, popping the champagne, champagne and, was jubilating over the queen's death. And after that, a lot of people, a lot of angry people, they went to her store and they keep throwing eggs, they keep throwing bottles, and luckily for her, the police came to her rescue. And that is one good thing about these Western countries. Even though she was jubilating over the queen's death, she was still rescued by the police, so she will not be harmed. But I don't know what is going on. I don't know how these people feel about the queen's death. I really don't know what is triggering some of these people to do the things they are doing. As you can see, this lady in question, she isn't black. She's not an African. She's not anything African. All right, but she was happy that the queen was dead. Instead of mourning the queen's death and grieving over the queen's death or being sad, sending her condolences, none of those things happened. She was very happy that the queen died. And according to the video, so she was banned from the Fishers Union or what, Fish Fryers Union or what. Her license was revoked. So that's it. Another woman altogether, an African woman, an old lady from Kenya. She was actually, she wasn't really jubilating or something like that. She was just calling on Britain to come and compensate her because of the things they did to her during the colonial era, because the British troops, they killed a lot of people in Kenya. And according to the woman, she was tortured, and this happened during the time of Queen Elizabeth. Immediately Queen Elizabeth ascended the throne. That is when this event actually happened. She ascended the throne in the year 1952, and after that, that was when it happened. So the woman was really not having it. She was not having it. She said they really need to come here to compensate her, and they need to send somebody who have common sense to come and compensate her for what they did to them during those times. I want to play the video also to you guys, so you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. So different people are reacting to her death in different ways. So this is the Kenyan.
The word that no, they were now. I hear Koko. Yakane, every modo, or Nahaki Jega. I hear Koko. What are you? Oh, yeah, I'm with a knife.
No. What's your no? Oh.
They are walking on Mongolian, Julia Korean, you got the Moega. They are a cook dog, you got, or you got no Rago. Was you real? And I'm one now. I killed you. Mohega. Akeja torago, Akeja torago, Nakeja torago. A cagula on a moganaco, no moon, or corn the papa, on a cohana. Did you want me? Marano, I made. Padikaga Bajatia. Ada Dori get your Kamu to that Mura how Mogicana. Oraku Awaku, they kill a example, they kill a Banma Meda, Woma, okay, but they can to teach Jessica Moguada, what are that? No, with Baba, you are bad, Nana get a hot for the aqua. Draw no other thing. Not to make the aqua. 90 can get one more.
As you guys can see, I really felt bad for this woman. Actually, I can feel her pain. I can feel her, I can actually relate to how she feels about the whole thing. She was calling on Queen Elizabeth on the Queen. She said, I need compensation on what happened to me. Like during those time, they came to her, the troops, they came to her asking her about her husband's whereabouts, and she refused to disclose her husband's whereabouts, because for her, disclosing her husband's whereabouts is like signing his own death warrant, something like that. And when she refused, they tortured her, regardless of the fact that she's a woman. They tortured her, thinking that she will give them her husband's location, but she never did, even with all those torture. So she's calling upon the Queen now to send someone. Probably this video was made before the Queen's demise, or when after the Queen's demise. I really don't, actually don't know when the video was made. And she was calling upon them, the British head of state as well, to bring her compensation. And they don't need to send a middleman. They should bring it directly to her. She only needs compensation for what they did to her, So that's it. That's the whole of the thing. Anyway, guys, I'll be ending the video right here. And thank you guys for watching. And I hope to see you guys on another video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please try to subscribe and hit the like button. Share this video as much as you can. And keep on watching my video as well.